Using URL shorteners. You may have noticed that in either Facebook or Twitter, there are links to articles or images where the URL is very short. The reason that someone would do this is that, at least in the case of Twitter, you are constrained by the number of characters or letters that you can use. Twitter only allows 140 characters per message, which is usually called a tweet. Since many URLs are very long, especially URLs generated by content management systems, they would take up most, if not all, of the Twitter message. When Twitter became more popular, this problem started being solved by companies that provided URL shortening services. One of the first ones was called tinyurl.com. Although their site isn't very pretty, it gets the job done. One of the negatives of tinyurl is the length of its domain name. As an example, if I type in http://www.net101.com and turn it into a tiny URL, the original URL is 21 characters long, and the new URL generated by tinyurl is 26 characters long. I didn't get a shorter URL, I got a longer URL. Plus, tinyurl doesn't offer any other service, other than just shortening the URL. Clearly, there is some room for improvement. The first is to get a domain name that is shorter than tinyurl.com. Many countries run what is called their own top-level domain system. What that means is that they have a two-letter designation after the dot, and that you can buy other letters in front of their two-letter designation. Libya has a two-letter designation of .ly. A while back, a company got the domain bit.ly and started providing URL shortening services. Not only was their URL shorter, but the code after their domain had fewer characters, and they offered the ability to track how many people clicked on the shorter link that was created. This was beneficial to people who wanted to see the amount of interest that a particular tweet generated. As more and more software companies built tools for social media, they also built their own shortening services. As an example, Hootsuite, which allows people to post to multiple social media sites, created their own shortening service called Owly. In late 2011, Twitter finally created their own URL shortening service that shortened URLs to http://t.co. This shortened link service is built directly into Twitter and some of their other official applications. So what URL shortening service should you use? Well, it has a lot to do with what social media tools you plan to use. There's a definite disadvantage to having to go to a website, cut and paste in a URL, hit the button, and then have to copy and paste out the newly generated shortened URL. What is easy is when the service just shortens the URL for you. If you use Hootsuite, its Owly URL shortener can give you statistics on the click-through rate on your postings. You should know that many of the different social media software programs will allow you to set your own URL shortener. If you begin to use software that allows you to do this, then Bitly is a good choice. Bitly has been around for a long time, has excellent uptime, and an easy-to-use statistical interface. And it's free. It's a good idea to make yourself comfortable with how URL shorteners work before you get started on doing your first posts in social media. Thank you for watching this video. Be sure to stop by our site to pick up the checklist for the video, which includes more information and resources.